Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This will actually be my first jump rope video. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. This will actually be the first time that I've jumped rope in 5 months. I know I have uploaded videos over the past few months, but that was actually footage that I had recorded just before I got injured in a sport-related incident, which resulted in some torn ligaments. But I'm excited to be back out here today trying to jump rope again, and I will gradually ease my way back into jumping rope as if I am a beginner. I will gradually start doing longer and longer jump rope sessions and start incorporating more and more advanced jump rope tricks, which is perfect for the topic of today's video, connected with beginners, people who are new to jumping rope. So let's say you've started jumping rope in 2025. And perhaps you're already frustrated with the activity. You're frustrated with the level at which you are progressing. Perhaps you find jumping rope far too tiring. And if that's so, I think this video will be absolutely perfect for you. One reason a lot of people find jumping rope very tiring and wonder why other people are able to jump rope for long periods of time without coming to a stop, but they can't, is often because of the first move that we learn when we start jumping rope, which is the 2-foot hop, which looks like this. Jumping up and down off the ground with your 2 feet basically together, as so. And even though I was jumping just low off the ground, I still found it very tiring there on my calf muscles, soleus muscles, the Achilles tendon, and it also puts a certain amount of demands on your feet. So when you're jumping rope with your 2 feet together, it makes perfect sense when you're first learning how to jump rope, because you're evenly distributing your body weight on both legs, on both feet. Both feet, both legs are doing an equal amount of work, which is good when you're learning the skill of jumping rope. But if you try to do regular 2-foot hops for long periods of time, as I said there, your calf muscles will become very tired, as well as other parts of your lower legs. So at that stage, you want to start incorporating other moves which give one leg, 1 foot a momentary rest. Let me just show you this, for example. So here I am doing a regular 2-foot hop. The first move that a lot of people learn when they're jumping rope. I have my elbows close to the sides of my body, which I like, and I'm spinning the rope mostly using my wrists, and my forearms are also involved. I'm jumping low off the ground. It's a very low impact on my body, but still I can already feel my lower legs becoming somewhat fatigued. So now I want to start incorporating moves that will give one leg a momentary rest without me having to come to a complete stop. So right now I've shifted my body weight to my right foot. My right foot is doing most of the work. Now my left foot is doing most of the work. And now I'm going to go into a different move. Here I'm doing some single leg hops on my left foot. Now my right foot. So right now, my left leg is getting a rest. Doing the jog step, and I'm going to throw in some additional hops with just my left leg here. So my right leg is getting a rest. And now my left leg is getting a rest. Maybe I'll do some can-can style kicks, like so. But basically, if you want to jump rope for longer and longer periods of time, it's a great idea to start incorporating different moves which give one leg a momentary rest. So you can switch from different moves, going from one move to another, and that is fantastic for allowing you to jump rope for long periods of time without stopping. So in my case, I can jump rope, say, for an hour straight without having to stop at all. And the reason I'm able to do that is, one, yes, my fitness is quite good, but more than that, it's because I'm incorporating different jump rope moves, which not only gives my legs a bit of a rest, but it also engages my mind a little bit differently. So when I first started jumping rope, it was extremely difficult for me to string even a couple hops together. As I got better, as my skill improved, my technique improved, I was able to do more and more hops together using the 2-foot hop. But eventually it became to a point where I would just fatigue. My muscles would become too tired in my lower legs. And I had to start learning other jump rope moves. And so when I started doing that, I was able to jump rope for far longer periods of time without coming to a complete stop. So I'll link below in the description to some of the different techniques which you can use to help jump rope for a longer period of time. Some tutorial videos connected with those. I really hope you enjoyed this video.